Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. So on this episode we're going to be doing our Wasteland testing on some of the new items. So we have the Dawn Mag, we have the Dawn Minigun, and we also have the Dawn Flamethrower. So these three items are all top contenders. We're going to go over each weapon real quickly, and then we're going to go to the Wasteland and see how they handle. So first up we have the Dawn Mag. This is a heavy machine gun. It has 9999 round capacity. It is 14mm rifle ammo. It is an in-game item. Never critically hits. It does around 603 damage per second at 124 reload. 100% PvE armor penetration and slows zombies. It also has a 20% chance to stun, and it pierces 2 targets. So this thing packs a punch, guys. If you guys haven't seen this in the previous videos, go check that out. The Dawn Mag is one of my favorite weapons. And then we're going to be testing out the Dawn Minigun. So we're going to see how it compares to the Dawn Mag. They're both considered heavy machine guns, so it should be very interesting. The Dawn Minigun, it also has 999 round capacity, so a little bit less than the Dawn Mag, but shouldn't really matter. It has 718 damage at 124 reloading, whereas the Dawn Mag only had the 603. It has 100% PvE armor penetration as well, and it also pierces 2 targets. So more damage. So it technically, I think it should outplay the Dawn Mag, but we're going to see. And then we're going to test both of these against the Dawn Flamethrower. So this one does 658 damage per second at 124 reload, and 100% elemental resistance penetration, and it hits 3 enemies. So that should be interesting as well. So before we get into this, thank you guys for joining. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up for me, leave a comment below, and join our Discord. It's in the comments below. It's 100% free and doesn't cost you guys a dime. Would love to have you there. So and one other thing, this is my first time running this setup. I got my new microphone parts in, hooked everything up, had to adjust OBS, my recording software, so hopefully this sounds good. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump right into this, guys. So what we're going to do, we are in the Wastelands. We're going to go down a couple levels just to get some aggro. And we're going to go at this EXP an hour thing up here at the top left. We're going to use these weapons and see what they average. We'll do, a couple minutes of each weapon. And then we'll swap it out and resume with the testing. And then at the end, we'll compare and see what is what. And I actually should have grabbed a paper and pen because there is something I like to do with these videos that we're going to do. But we'll go ahead and start this, and then I'll pause it when I switch weapons. So I'm going to go down like 3 blocks. And we are going to start off with a 30% damage boost and a 15% attack speed. So very minimal boost. This would be like somewhat of a newer player. All right, so we're gonna go down here to this bottom left corner. Actually, let's go over to the top right. All right, so we got to get some aggro, and we're gonna start out with the Dawn Mag. All right, so watch the top left. So 6 million. First update. First update's always low. The slow is very, very nice, guys. I feel extremely safe. Again, first update, 6 million. We'll see what this next one brings. $47 million, so big update, guys. And again, this is the Dawn Mag. $47 million. We'll see what the next update brings us. 30% damage boost, so again, not a whole lot of boost going on. 59. And once it starts slowing down, my DPS, or not DPS, my EXP an hour, we will switch it out and go to the next item. 59.9. And that's a new effect right there. Did you see that guy with the red hand? He will one-shot kill you. So you got to really watch out for those. 66.8. Another massive update, guys. We're just going to keep it going. That one got me. 66.8. Next update should be incoming. Alright, 70, so it's slowing down here. Maybe one more update. 70 is very strong. That is a lot of EXP an hour, especially for only having 30% damage boost, guys. 70,400,000 EXP an hour. Now there is an event going on right now. We do have the Easter event, so keep that in mind, guys. 86, but our average is 73. If you look below the top one there. So we'll do one more update and see where this sticks at. Ow. I did bring some meds and some repair kits just in case we needed them. 73.4 is where that average is sitting. Okay, so a small update. We'll go on the average. So 74. 74,700,000. Let me pause this. All right, hang on, guys. I'll be right back. 74.7. All right, guys. So I repaired. I reset the counter. And I'm going to go actually reset the instance. So I'm going to go up here, walk out, and walk back in. We're going to keep the 30% damage boost on and do the same test. But we're going to actually use the Dawn Minigun. Here we go. Now, the reason we went out and back in is because someone left a comment, and it was actually a very good feedback. They were talking about when we do the Wasteland videos like this. If I were to switch weapons and keep going, typically there's a lot of Titans, and they take more damage, they don't die as fast, so the experiment gets kind of skewed. So I think resetting the instance is going to be our best bet. Obviously, it'll never be exactly the same, but it should be similar. Alright, first update is in, guys. 28 million. Again, the first update is always small. $65. That's a big update. Let me know what you guys think, guys. Which one's going to win out? Let me know which gun you like the best. And again, please hit that subscribe button for me. It helps me out a ton, helps out the channel, helps out Dead Frontier. And let me know what kind of content you guys want to see. I have some ideas coming up. 65. This is the Dawn Minigun with a 30% damage boost. 74. Guys, I think it's going to pass the Dawn Mag. $74.5. And realistically, down here, the slowing, I really don't need it if I'm using the Dawn Mag. I mean, it just, or I'm sorry, I mean the Dawn Minigun. 80. So yes, it's definitely going to surpass the Dawn Mag. $80,700,000. And we also need to get the hypercoil down here with the Tesla. 86 million. Let's do another one. I got so many videos I want to make, guys. So many different tests and experiments and video tutorials and tips and guides. I have a lot of stuff I want to get done. Just make sure you subscribe so you guys don't miss out. And again, if you guys have questions, let me know. So 88.8, we're going to do one more update and see if it taps out. $88.8. Come on. Alright, so we're going to call it at 90. I'm going to go ahead and reset. Grab our next item. Alright, let me go ahead and reset and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're going to go up here. And we are going to reset the instance. Ah, crap. Hold on, guys. I gotta bring that overlay back up. Alright, hang on one second. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Let's go back out and come back in. We have the Dawn Flamethrower. We reset our stats up top. Let me make some noise real quick. Alright, here we go. So this is the Dawn Flamethrower. Again, 30% damage. 15% attack speed. 26 million. First update is in. And remember, the Dawn Flamethrower, it pierces 3 enemies. So this could be interesting, and I think it said 650 damage a second, whereas the Dawn Minigun did 700. But the Dawn Minigun only pierced 2 enemies, so we will see. I can tell you right now, I don't feel as safe because of the knockback, so that is one thing to take into account. 56 million, first update is in, guys. That's actually not a bad start. I feel like I'm a little sloppy with this one for some reason. $56.5 should be updating soon. $66.5, decent update, 10 mil. $66.5. Got my new microphone, guys. I got Starlink now. New internet. I went from 71. That was another good update. 6 million update. I went from 80 MB download, 10 MB upload, to 400 download and 20 to 50 upload. So very good. And my latency is really good. My ping has been about 20 in games. So I'm very impressed with Starlink, if you guys are wondering and curious. Alright, 71. Let's see what this next update has for us. 73. We'll do one more. It's slowing down on us. So, the Dawn Flamethrower, I'm not as impressed as I thought I would be. It's still a really good item. It's still really good, don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's going to compete against that Dawn Minigun. That Dawn Minigun was just slaughtering. 73.8. We need one more update, guys. Unless it's a really big one. 75.6. So we're going to call it, we'll call it 76. We'll call that 76. And I'm going to go ahead and pause, reset. Alright guys, so we've tested 30% damage, 15% attack speed on all 3 items. Now we're going to reset. Oh, hold on, crashed. Alright, sorry about that guys, we crashed. I think it's that overlay, I think it bugs me out. Anyway, so we're going to do something special. We're going to try 150% damage boost, and then also 60% attack speed. And I just noticed something, I got to fix this, it's going to drive me nuts. Hang on. We have 149% damage boost. See if I can find one more percent somewhere. Alright, that should do it. So, we have our 150% damage boost. We're going to try the Dawn Mag. and 60%, or I'm sorry, 30% attack speed. So this would be like, I'm not going to say in game because this is very, very good. I can get higher damage and more attack speed, but I think this would be what most people are generally going to sit around. So 150% damage and 30% attack speed. We're trying the Dawn Mag first. We're going to do the same thing and see what kind of results we get now, because certain weapons scale better with damage and attack speed. So 33.7, first update. And then let me know if you guys, now this is a lot of testing. You know, I can do more, I can do less, I can do like 200%, 220. Let me know if you guys would like me to do more testing like this, or if the video is too long, I can just do the one single test. But I need your feedback to help guide me, guys. I need you guys to leave a comment and let me know what you like. 74, so our second update, guys, massive. So 74 mil just in the second update there with the Dawn Mag. I don't know what we're going to get, but I would say we'll be in the 90s. I'm just guessing. Again, 150% attack, or 150% damage, and 30% attack speed. 98 million. Holy smokes. Dude, this thing is just slaughtering with this. But again, there is an Easter event going on, guys, so keep that in mind. It'd be like having a EXP boost. $98 million. It kills so fast. 112. This is wild. Again, we'll stop once it calms down here. $142. Average is 119. We're probably going to end up going by the averages, because I think EXP an hour will just keep scaling. $119 is where we're at, guys. And again, Dawn Mag, 150% damage, 30% attack speed, and that 30% attack speed is the parasitic implant for 15% attack speed, and I have 100 dexterity to give me the other 15, which gives me the 30. 125. We're averaging 125 mil EXP per hour. We'll do another update and see if it's a large one. $125, $130. I mean, 5 million is still a pretty good update. We'll do one more. 164 and 130 at the top left. We'll see what happens here. $164 and 130 should update any second. All right, 134. So we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it at 135 for the Dawn Mag. That's very nice. All right, hang tight, guys. All right, we're reset. We're gonna grab the Dawn Minigun, and we're gonna do the same thing, and then we'll do it one more time with the Flamethrower, and that will conclude our testing. So, if you guys haven't, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Any comment will help. And join our Discord. It's 100% free, doesn't cost you a dime. Link in the description below. We'd love to have you there. We have over 300 members on the Discord. Everybody's very friendly. It's very active. A lot of cool stuff on there. Alright guys, the Dawn Minigun with the 60% or 30% attack speed and 150% damage. I think this thing's going to be a monster. I just gotta be careful I don't have all these exploders on me. Look at that. Look at the first update, guys. 106. This may be the, this may end up being the Wasteland King. I don't know. We're gonna have to try out some other items and see what happens. I'd like to just put all my max damage on and just see what this thing can do, but maybe that's for another video. 150, guys. $150 already. It's just slaughtering. I mean, even the Titans, they just melt. Look at this. Guys, this thing's gonna hit over 200. 166. That was a 15 million update. $166. And again, it is piercing, so keep that in mind. 176, another 10 million update. $176, guys. Dawn Minigun with 150% damage boost, 30% attack speed boost. 176 should be updating any second. 180, so we got about one more update in us. This one went pretty quick because that damage just scaled so fast. 180 is where we're at. Let's see what this thing can do. $183, so we're gonna call it at 183, guys, because it started slowing down, but that's insane. All right, let me write this down. Hang tight. All right, guys, so last one. We're gonna do the Dawn Flamethrower. We're gonna go back and reset the instance and see what happens here. All right, so again, 150% damage boost. 30% attack speed. First update is up at a 21 million. This could be interesting as well, guys, because it might scale with this damage. And this gives you guys a look at what they're going to look like as a beginner and what they're going to look like as a mid-in-game player. $21 million, 103. That was a nice jump. 80 million EXP jump. Let's see what can happen here. 103. It's still not as safe grinding. You know, I feel because the knockback's not there. I do feel like it's very sketchy. 134. That was a big update. It looks like it's going to beat the Dawn Mag. I don't think it's going to get near the Dawn Minigun, but I think it's still going to give it a good run. Oh crap, guys. Oh my god, I don't know how I survived that. I should have died. That'll make your heart jump. 146. That was still a really good update. We're gonna keep going. It's got more in it. Again, it penetrates 3 enemies, so it's hitting multiple enemies here. 146 is where we're at. Let's see if we can get another big update on this thing. 156. That's all right. We'll keep going. 10 mils still pretty good. It's starting to slow down on us though, guys. But you know what? I am impressed because it's almost up there with that minigun. So, hats off to the Dawn Flamethrower. The damage really did help that. The damage and attack speed really did help the Flamethrower. 156. I went to 190, guys, but my average is at 162. You got to kind of watch that, guys, because it does get a little sketchy when that happens. You have to go off of the average because the average is the amount of time we've been playing. That's the average damage we're getting per hour or EXP. So, you know, maybe I had a really good update, but the average is what we need to be looking at. So it does say 190, but the average is 166, and we're going to keep going. Should be updating here very soon. The minigun was just very consistent, where I feel like this isn't, but I'm also getting bounced around, and I've almost died. You can tell that the minigun was... Alright, we're going to call it at 170, because that was only a 4 million update. I've almost died a couple times with the Flamethrower, whereas the minigun I didn't have any issues. So you got to think about that, guys. When you're buying items for grinding, you may, don't always just go off damage. You want to go off of damage, but also comfortability, survivability. Is it going to do what you want to do? Does it have multiple purposes? You want to look at a lot of different things. 172. So yeah, we'll call it 172. That's for very, very good. Let me pause this. Hold on 1 second, guys. And then we're going to talk about this. Guys, I wrote down 135 for the mags, and I just don't believe the Dawn mag was at 135. Maybe it was 165, but just because I'm not sure what I wrote down was right, I started a test on it again, and I wanted to show the end of the test because it may have been 165, but again, without me going back and watching the video, I don't know. It just seemed very low for me to write 135 on there, so I'm gonna let you guys retest this with me. I reset everything and redid the zone, but I just want to make sure I have accurate information because that did not seem right. So we're at 138. I should be slowing down here soon, I would think. Ow, that hurt. 146. Yeah, that one, I don't know where I wrote down 135 from. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, anyway, we're testing it. And this is the same one. It's 150% damage, 30% speed. I don't know where I wrote down 135 from. 146 is where we're at now. I really do like this Dawn mag though, guys. It is just smooth. But 149 and 160 at the top. Should be tapping out here very shortly. If it doesn't have a very good update, we will stop it. 152. So we'll call it 155 to be fair. We'll call it 155 with the Dawn mag. Alright, now we'll talk about this. Alright guys, so to sum this up real quick, the Dawn mag at 30% damage, 15% attack speed was around 74.7 million. So about 75 million EXP an hour. The Dawn Minigun at 30% damage, 15% attack speed was at 90 million. And the Dawn Flamethrower was at 76 million with 30% damage and 15% attack speed. Going back to the Dawn mag, with 150% damage, 30% attack speed, you're looking at roughly 155, 165 around there. EXP an hour. The Dawn Minigun, again, same thing, with 150% damage boost, 30% attack speed, around 183, 185. million experience an hour. And then the Dawn Flamethrower with 150% damage, 30% attack speed. You're looking at roughly 172, 175-ish. But again, take into effect the slows, the knockback, the safety of them. So some things to think about. If you guys like this video, let me know. It was awfully long, 30 minutes to test 3 items. Again, we'll have more coming up, but let me know if this video sounds okay, if you guys can hear everything good. And let me know any suggestions you guys have. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that follow button, thumbs up, leave a comment below. Join our Discord, 100% free, doesn't cost you a dime. Link in the description below. And until next time, you guys stay safe out there. Peace.